What is going on, guys? Welcome to Greggles TV. In this video, I just wanted to talk about my experience because I have bought a iPad 11-inch Pro M2 and why I bought it and some things I like about it and some things I don't like about it. So kind of like a review for the most part. I have a Galaxy Tab S8 Ultra and I haven't really been using it a ton. Mostly when I use my tablets, mostly while I'm in bed. And one of the reasons that I like to use it in bed is it has this big screen. But the problem with the Galaxy Tab S8 Ultra is just, it's way too big. And so I decided to grab an 11-inch and I kind of want to try the iPad. It's got a lot of things going on with it, with some new apps that are coming out and that are out, and it's good with video editing and things like that, especially when you're on the go. So I wanted to pick one up. So I picked up this 11-inch one. I did have an extra Magic Keyboard just lying around because at one point I was gonna get an iPad like a year ago and I never did, and they haven't changed the Magic Keyboard the last couple of years. So I had this, and I also picked up an Apple Pencil just recently, which I'll be honest, I don't really use it that much, but I was like, maybe if I really get into some hardcore video editing with this thing, it might help out. So I picked that up as well. So overall, I love the keyboard. I've said that before. It's like definitely my favorite keyboard on a tablet that you can get. Doesn't matter if it's Android, Apple, or anybody. I love this, and I love it for a couple of reasons. One, super sturdy. You can put this keyboard on any surface, and it acts as a case, obviously. I love it because, again, you can put it on any surface that you want, stands up. You can put it on your stomach, your chest, anything, and it will work beautifully in that regard, so no problems with that. So that's one of my favorite things about it, the keyboard. Also, I love that the trackpad is on there. The trackpad is really easy to use. It's got gestures so that I can use gestures, and it's very responsive, and I love it. You can't really see it right now, but the keyboard does light up at night so that you can see it. It's a backlit keyboard. So it does everything that I want. Those are the main three things. When I want a keyboard for a tablet, I want it to be able to stand up very comfortably and easily. I want to be able to see the backlit keyboards, and I want the touchpad to be very responsive and easy to use with gestures, and it does all that. So it's amazing in that regard. The next reason I love the iPad, again, it's nothing really new, but it has USB-C charging coming from Android, where almost all my devices are Android. I love how USB-C is so on there everywhere. You can get it everywhere. So that's been amazing too, to have the USB-C charging on there. Also, another big reason I switched to this one, not that they don't have Samsung tablets that are 11 inches or smaller or bigger or whatever, but is the size. The 14-inch tablet is just way too big to have in bed and stuff. This is a great little size, and I'm enjoying it so far. So the size is great on this to do whatever I want. If I want to watch YouTube videos, it still looks large enough. If I want to view a website, it still is big enough. So open up there, right there. So, you know, whatever I want to go, maybe I want to go to GameStop. It loads it up real quickly, really easy to see. I can use the keyboard on here. I can zoom in, zoom out. I got the gestures. So I love all that stuff as well in terms of that. The performance is crazy on here. I don't do anything super crazy, but when I do, have it be with, you know, some gaming, and I'm not even gaming that crazy on it, but gaming and websites, and have done some light video editing. Everything takes seconds. It's so freaking powerful, this tablet. That M2 processor does an amazing job of consuming and providing amazing power. You know, I'm not gonna really jump into all that, but that's one of the things that I absolutely love is the power on this. Battery life is pretty good. It has good standby time. I think it gets up to like 10 hours. I haven't fully measured it out, but the battery life is fine with me. Some of the things that I don't absolutely love about this tablet is, even though I'm using it generally in a dark environment, and sometimes, you know, the light's out like this, and you can see the screen, don't get me wrong, but the tablet's just a little bit too dim for me. I have it about half. Generally, I have to, when I'm using, especially during the day, it's at about 80%, I'd say. So I really wish the display was a little bit brighter. Also, it's an LCD display. Don't get me wrong, it's not an awful looking display by any means, but when you're coming from OLED displays, such as the ones on my Samsung phone, this just doesn't take the cake with it in that regard. The display overall, you know, the size is cool. The bezels don't really bother me. You know, it's a fairly thick bezel, but overall, it's a really, really solid display. It's just a little disappointing coming from, you know, these great displays on phones. This is more of an iOS thing. I don't love the notification system. It's similar to what you get with Google on the Android side, but there's just something about it I don't really like. It just isn't, it feels a little lackluster. It doesn't always feel legit, if that makes sense on it. Also with the operating system, you can do some cool things. You can multitask and stuff like that, but if you want to, let me just pull this up. I'll pull another window up. Maybe I'll just bring up see if this opens up in multitasking. It'll open with a side view, it looks like. So not all the windows do. It doesn't even. This is a game I actually play. I've been playing this Monopoly type game. So you just roll, you can have it auto roll, basically auto plays for you. But I like doing that on there. I play that. I like to look at websites like I showed just a moment ago. That's generally something that I'll do, just web surfing. I'll look at Reddit. I do some Twitter on here. Twitter's kind of a big thing on here. I like using Twitter. I did say the gaming a little bit. I'll shop. Hotel tonight, I've been looking at that because I needed to book a hotel in Los Angeles soon. Shopping, things like that, you know, basic kind of stuff. I'll watch videos on here. I do like, that's one thing I actually love doing on here. I'll open up Peacock, and when I bring up Peacock, I can watch my movies, TV shows, stuff like that, or Netflix or anything like that. So I love consuming video on this as well, YouTube. So overall, I'm glad I grabbed it. It's actually a really nice tablet. It makes me definitely feel like when the new Samsung tablet's out, maybe I'll grab the smaller one. We'll wait and see. But this is a very, very cool tablet too. Very powerful, battery life is good, screen's just okay, or solid, whatever you want to call it. I love the keyboard case. I would definitely recommend grabbing the keyboard case. It's really, really nice. So overall, pretty happy with it. If you want to pick it up, it's linked down below. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, and we'll see you down the road. Peace.